What's up y'all, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hello and welcome. Today's video is going to be part 2 of my Sea Beauty haul. If you missed part 1 and the actual haul itself, I will have both of those videos linked down below in the description box, so make sure that you check those out if you haven't already. But today's video is going to be all about Girlcult, because I picked up 3 of their quads and we are going to create a look with each one of them, and then at the end of the video I will give you my first initial impression thoughts. I will have all 3 of these palettes as well as everything else that I use in this video linked and listed down below in that description box. So per usual, if you're ever curious about anything I use, always check down there because I squeeze as much information as I possibly can into that tiny little space. But before we jump into the looks, let's do some close-up swatches and give you all the details. So first up, from the Sci-Fi Mythology series, we have the Mermaid Crying Tears quad. This one is going to have 2 mattes and 2 shimmers, and I love the color combination in here. Blue and brown is one of my favorites. I think they just look so beautiful. They're very complementary, and I'm excited about this one. Also from the Sci-Fi Mythology series, we have the Wizard of Oz quad. Now this one is going to be the most neutral leaning out of all 3 of these. This one actually has 3 mattes and 1 shimmer in it. I do wish that we had maybe a lighter shimmer over here instead of just 1 dark shimmer and a lighter matte, but that's just a personal preference thing. I still love the color story in here, and I'm excited to create with this one. And last but not least, from the 4 Great Invention series, we have the Like Fire quad. This one is also going to have 2 mattes and 2 shimmers, and I love that we got a red matte with this really pretty black base red shimmer. This may be my absolute favorite color story out of all 3 of them. I'm excited to create a look with this one, but all 3 of these quads do retail for $24.99 over at the Look Healthy store, and that's where I have them linked down below. I personally picked mine up from the TikTok shop. I don't know how to link anything through there, so please don't ask me. I apologize, but you can get these quads as well as other color stories from the brand over there at a deeply discounted price. They don't have every single color story. They have limited quantities, but I personally would check there first before you head over to Look Healthy, see what they have, and if they don't have the specific one you're looking for, you can head over there. But let's go ahead and jump into these looks. Alright, let's go ahead and kick this off with the Mermaid Crying Tears quad. I think this is the one I was probably most excited about because it has that vibrant blue in it, and I love blue and brown together. So my eyes are already primed with my Sigma eyeshadow base in the shade Ignite. It's the same primer I will be using for every single look, so in case I forget, that's the one I am using. But let's go ahead and start with this really pretty blue shade right here. I'm going to pick this one up with a BK Beauty 212 brush, and I am going to start to kind of fluff this into my crease, my outer corner. Just kicking off this look. There is a lot of kick up in this pan. This is a very soft formula as well, a lot like the one from Naremi that I used in the last video. But like I said, I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to very gently sort of pat this into my crease, and once I have the pigmentation where I want it and the shade laid down, I can go back with my brush without any extra product and start to fluff it out, soften the edges, and just disperse that color a little bit more. But look at how pigmented that is right off the bat. That is so beautiful. I am getting a tiny bit of fallout right here, but I've noticed that with these softer mattes that you are going to get fallout. I think it's inevitable. So as I said in my last video, I'm going to reiterate it in this one, either go in with your eyes and then go in with your eyes. That didn't make any sense. Either do your eyes first and then go back and do your base makeup, or make sure that your under eyes are powdered really, really well so that you can kind of wipe it away easily. But I'm going to just kind of keep building up that shade a little bit more. I am going to bring this down onto my lower lash line as well and just kind of bring it all the way over, wrapping it around and making one cohesive look. Next, with my BK Beauty 203 brush, I'm going to go into this really pretty warm brown shade right here, and I'm going to put this on my outer corner, just building up a little bit of depth and definition, because this is as deep as this look is going to go. You can absolutely bring in other palettes with these, but I love a quad. I love that you get a very easy, no-brainer, kind of just a few shades and done look. You can do one and dones, things like that. So for this video, we are sticking to the quads, and look at how beautiful that is. It is pigmented, it laid down nicely, it didn't mud out, it didn't fluff away, the pigmentation is there, and I actually didn't get any fallout with this shade. All right, my NYX glitter glue is on. Let's go ahead and pop these shimmers onto the lid. So I want to start with this really pretty blue multi-chrome over here and put this all over the lid. Like, look at how gorgeous this is. That picked up so nicely. It is going on beautifully, and I'm just going to pat this on my entire lid, bringing it over to the inner corner, but I am going to leave that tiny bit of space open for that other shimmer shade. All right, so with my Singe Beauty EO1 brush, I'm gonna go into this lighter, really pretty like blue silver shade. I'm gonna spray this with my MAC Fix Plus, and we're gonna pop this on my inner corner, the rest of the inner portion of my lid, and just bring it down onto the lower lash line just a little bit, basically wrapping it around on the inner portion of my lid. All right, also there we have our completed look with the Mermaid Crying Tears palette. I love this look. I love the color combination. I love the ease of everything. I didn't have any issues building up the pigmentation or blending out the mattes in here. I did get some fallout, but I kind of expected that based off of what I already know from the other palettes that I've used. And the shimmer on the lid is absolutely beautiful. It was nice and smooth. It didn't feel quite as creamy and like putty or wet feeling as the shimmers that I've used in other palettes, but it still went on absolutely beautiful. But let me show you what I used to complete this look, and then we will move on to the next quad. Again, I apologize for Brody barking in the background. He is having a moment. But in my lower waterline, I went in with a NYX Epic Wear liner. This is in the shade Blue Trip. I lined my lid with my ZC liquid liner and finished it off with my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerized mascara. I had to think about the name of that one for a minute. But let's move on to the next quad. So we have the Wizard of Oz quad, and this is beautiful. This is very neutral leaning. I always think that a green is a neutral shade. It's neutral in fashion, it's neutral in design, and to me it is neutral in makeup as well. So in this one we have 3 mattes and 1 shimmer. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with this really pretty like light beigey shade, and I'm going to fluff this into my crease. So I'm going to pick that up with my Morphe M504 brush. I'm just going to dig in there really good. Again, I'm getting a ton of kick up in the pan, and I am just going to fluff this into the crease. I'm going to bring it over to the inner corner, but not in the inner corner, just building up the beginning stages of this look. Oh yeah, that's got a good little amount of pigmentation to it. With my Singe Beauty EO6 brush, I'm going to go into this really pretty green matte shade right here, and I'm going to put this one in my outer corner up into my crease, bringing it almost halfway over. I don't want to bring it quite halfway, but I do want to have a good amount of this shade on my lid. And again, I'm getting fallout, but like I said, we expect that. I'm also going to bring this down onto my lower lash line as well, but I'm also only going to bring it halfway over. So I'm not going to take it all the way over down here. So next I'm going to take my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm going to go into this deep brown shade right here, and I'm going to see if I can add some depth and definition to this outer corner. It's not a whole lot deeper than that green shade, but I want to see if it's going to give me that little bit of drama that I want, and it absolutely is. It's building up very nicely. I'm also going to take this down onto the outer portion of my lower lash line as well, just kind of wrapping it around but keeping it very tight and very close out here. Alright, so once again my eye is primed and ready to go for shimmer, so let's go into the only shimmer in this little quad, and we're going to pop this all over my lid, and I am going to go back and put it on my lower lash line as well. I'm just going to pick it up with my Singe Beauty EO1 brush per usual, spray it with my MAC Fix Plus, and just get it into my inner corner and drag it along down onto my lower lash line. Alright y'all, so that's going to complete our look with the Wizard of Oz quad, and I do think this came out really pretty. It is dark, it is smoky, it is dramatic. For me personally, I do think I would need to pull in like a lighter shimmer from another palette, just because I prefer something lighter on my inner corner, something a little bit lighter on my lid, but I do still think it is really pretty, especially if you want something a little darker and grungier. It just doesn't quite line up with my makeup taste personally, but quality wise, same thing as the other one. No issues with patching, skipping, grabbing. I did get the fallout, but everything built up nicely. It blended out nicely, and the shimmer went on absolutely beautifully. But let me show you what I used to complete this look so we can move on to our third and final quad of this video. So in my lower waterline, I went in with my Give by Gwen Stefani liner. This is in the shade Greener Pastures. And then again, I lined my eyes with my same ZC liquid eyeliner and threw on my same Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerized mascara. right, let's go ahead and play with the Like Fire quad. I am so excited about this one. I love the color story in here. I love this black based red shimmer, and this really pretty multi-chrome over here is stunning. The way it goes from like a purple to a red to a green. I can't wait to get that on my eye. But we're gonna go ahead and start with this brown matte shade over here. So I am going to pick this one up with my BK Beauty 201 brush, and you already know the drill. I'm gonna fluff this into my crease, building up the shape, the definition, my eye look, just something to build off of. That is very pigmented. It's a little bit darker than I expected, but I still think it's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna try and sheer this out just a little bit and see what we can do. With my BK Beauty 206 brush, I'm going to go into this really pretty red matte shade. I'm going to put this all on my outer corner. I'm going to bring it down onto the lower lash line. This is going to be a red look, and I am here for it. Oh, that is gorgeous. It is pigmented. It is going on really nicely. I am getting minimal fallout. I am getting some. I have with all of these quads so far, and I wouldn't expect any less, but the pigmentation is there, and these are still really easy to work with. But like I said, I'm also going to fluff this onto my lower lash line as well, and I'm going to bring it about halfway over, not all the way over. I want to leave the inner portion open for that really pretty light shimmer shade. All right, so my eye is primed and ready for some sparkle. Let's dive into these. I'm gonna start with this really pretty black based red shade over here, and I'm gonna pop this one all over my lid. Look at how beautiful that is. Now we did get like a black based red shade in the, I believe, the Quignon palette, but this one is definitely more black based than that one was. That one had a little bit more red to it, but I'm gonna put this all over my lid, and I'm gonna bring this over to about right there. So all the way over to the inner corner, and I'm just gonna blend it all over my lid. Make sure that I kind of blend it over into the outer corner as well, and that is so stunning. I don't think I have a shade like this in my collection. I don't normally go for really deep shimmers, especially black based shimmers, but this one is gorgeous. All right, before I jump into this last shimmer, I'm gonna bring that red shade on my lower lash line the rest of the way across, just because I feel like it already looks really funny having all that depth on the inner portion of my lid and this lightness out here, and putting that shimmer down there like I had first originally planned on doing, it's not gonna make it look any better. So I'm just gonna bring this the rest of the way across really quick, and then we'll jump into that last shimmer. All right, so I think that looks much better with that shade brought all the way across on my lower lash line, but let's go ahead and pop into this multi-chrome shade right here. I do want to mention that this right here is actually more of a satin shade than it is a shimmer. It has a little bit more of like a matte feeling to it, but it still has a nice sheen. So it's not really a shimmer shade. I know I keep calling it a shimmer, but I just wanted to point that out really quick. But let's go ahead and pop this all over the lid. Oh, it is so pretty. So I am going to put this all over on top of that black based red satin shade, and I'm going to bring it over into my inner corner, and then I will go back with my Singe Beauty EO1 and we'll pop it into the inner corner as well. But look at that. That just transformed that whole look. All right, y'all, so that is the completed look with this quad, and I absolutely love this look. It is by far my favorite out of all three. It is dark, it is vampy, but it is so beautiful. I love the reds in here. I love that multi-chrome. It really transformed the entire look. I do wish that I had a little bit of a lighter shimmer for the inner corner, but honestly, I'm not mad about it. I still think it looks beautiful, and it really goes with the look. But let me show you what I used to finish off this look so we can chat about these palettes and close out this video. So in my lower waterline, I went in with an Appeal gel liner in the shade Next Level, and then I skipped liquid liner for this one and just went in with my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize mascara. All right, y'all, so first impression, I really like these little quads. It makes me want more of them. The formula in all three of these was so good across the board. I had so much fun creating all these looks. I think they all turned out absolutely beautiful. Of course, I have a favorite out of all three of these. I'm sure you've already guessed which one it is, but we will go through color stories in just a minute. But formula-wise, I thought the mattes were beautiful in here. Yes, there's a lot of kick up in the pan. There's a lot of fallout. I expected that, but performance-wise, I didn't have any issues building up color. The pigmentation is 100% there but they're very easy to work with. I didn't get any patching or skipping. They didn't mud out. They didn't fluff away, anything like that. And the shimmers and the satin in these are so good. They're not quite as sparkly and shifty as the ones that we saw in the Narimi and the Quignon palette, but they're still absolutely beautiful. You can definitely see that twinkle and that glimmer in the dim light. They are beautiful. They look beautiful on the lid. Time will tell as far as longevity goes, but I will 100% keep y'all posted. But as far as color stories go, I think my least favorite one out of the three is going to go to the Wizard of Oz one, just because I wish I had a little bit more of like a light shimmer in here. I really wish this had been a lighter shimmer instead of that lighter matte shade in here. It's still beautiful. I really do enjoy the color story, but when it comes down to the three of these, this one is my least favorite. And in second place is going to be the Mermaid Crying Tears one. I got a beautiful cohesive look with this one. I love the depth in this one. I love that we have this lighter shimmer shade, and I had a really good time playing with this one as well. But I can't deny that my absolute favorite one is the Like Fire Quad. I love this look. I think it's beautiful. I want to create this again. I want to wear it like over and over. I love the way that it looks on my lid, but like I said, I had a really good time playing with these. I want to pick up more. They have really gorgeous color stories, and they have a bunch of them floating around out there. But that is going to complete this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Have you ever tried Girlcult before? Which quad was your favorite? Which look was your favorite? I want to know it all. Let's have that conversation. Light up that comment section, and as usual, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.